Hey everybody, I have an article I want to read to you this morning. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read excerpts because if I try to read the whole thing, it'll be too long. But it definitely pertains to prepping, and I thought you guys would want to know this information. It's pretty bad. All right, let's start at the top here. Catastrophic loss of crops, USDA data. It's a nightmare in the making. Okay, that's what the USDA says. The last 12 months have been the wettest in all of U.S. history, and this has created absolutely horrific conditions for the U.S. farmer. Thanks to endless rain and historic flooding that has stretched on for months, many farmers have not been able to plant crops at all. And a lot of the crops that have actually been planted are deeply struggling. What this means is that U.S. agriculture production is going to be way down this year. The numbers that I'm about to share with you are deeply alarming, and they should serve as a wake-up call for all of us. The food that each of us eats every day is produced by farmers, and right now those farmers are truly facing a nightmare scenario. I told you guys. You can view the latest USDA crop report here, and there's a link to the USDA. All right, according to that report, corn and soybean production is way behind expectations. Last year, 78% of all corn acreage had been planted by now. In other words, already been planted. This year, that number is sitting at just 49%, so it's went from 78% down to 49%. The percentage of corn that has emerged from the ground is at a sultry 19%. Compared to 47% this time last year. We see similar numbers when we look at soybeans. Last year, 53% of all soybean acreage had been planted by now. This year, that number is down to 19%, from 53 down to 19. And the percentage of soybeans that have emerged from the ground is just 5%. 5% compared to 24% last year. In other words, we're going to have a whole lot less corn and soybeans this year. Farmers in the middle of the country desperately need conditions to dry out for extended periods of time. But so far, that has not happened. In fact, last week, the heartland was hit by another string of devastating storms. The following comes from CNN. I don't trust CNN too much, but here's the article. 10 people are dead, and a 4-year-old boy remains missing after more than a week of severe weather across the United States that put tens of millions of people at risk. The deadly spring storm system ravaged several states, unleashing more than 170 reported tornadoes, fierce winds, drenching rain, flash flooding, and hail. Now, I've been telling you guys that's been going on and that's going to get worse and worse. Apparently it has. One of those tornadoes that was spawned absolutely devastated the capital city of Missouri. It was reportedly a mile wide and stayed on the ground for almost 20 miles. A clear picture emerged Friday from the size and scope of the powerful tornadoes that tore across Missouri on Wednesday night, leaving a trail of destruction in their path. The state's capital, Jefferson City, was among the hardest hit places. Struck overnight by a tornado with a peak wind speed of 160 miles an hour, that has been given preliminary rating of an EF3 tornado. Anyway, what we are witnessing is definitely not normal, and I've had numbers of readers write to me about this recently. The other day, one of my readers in Montana sent me a photograph of a freak May storm that had just hit his area. And another one of my readers in Missouri explained that his boss is freaking out because they have not been able to get soybeans in the ground yet. All over the country, people want answers, and they're frustrated for the lack of information that they're getting from the mainstream media. Unfortunately, the truth is that things are going to get worse. Global weather patterns are dramatically shifting, and there is nothing that the authorities will be able to do from stopping that happening. All right, so basically, it's what I've told you guys. It's what I've been saying all along. These storms that we're having here in the Midwest are devastating the Midwest. Okay? Some people can argue that. Let them argue away. I couldn't care less. I live here. I know what's going on. And it is terrible. And it's getting worse and worse. So food is not being grown. Now, soybean, you could say, well, soybeans, who the heck eats soybeans? Soybeans is just about in everything anymore. Okay, it's not good for you, but still, it's major and it's used. Corn, same thing. It's everywhere, So the point is, food production is going to be way down. Now, we know about the cattle that were lost. I told you about this on that very first bomb cyclone we had, and the devastation from all that. It's going to be bad. You guys need to prepare. You need to, and I'm going to keep harping on it, go to the store and stock up on your groceries if you can afford to. I understand that a lot of us can't afford to. We are doing everything we can do, and we're struggling. Okay? It is difficult. But stock up on all that you can, because I believe food prices are going to skyrocket in the months to come. With this much production down, there's going to be a limited amount of food on the market, at least in certain areas, certain types of food. So I believe we're going to feel those effects. We've already talked about, all the grains, different types of grains, all right, especially wheat, corn, milo, soybean stuff. We've had the cattle loss. So there's a lot. Our rivers are flooding all over the place and destroying more fields as they flood. So it's going to be bad, and you guys need to prepare. Please do all the grocery shopping you can and prepare. It's important that you do that. Okay, really that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. I didn't want to waste a lot of your time. I didn't want to talk too much. I'm at 7 minutes so far. These things are major for preppers, and it's an area that you should give a lot of attention to. So please do so. All right. On a funnier note, let's talk about something funny for a second. I just read an article. I don't know where it's at. I think it was in Drudge Report. It's hilarious. You guys might not think so. I'm sorry. I think it's funny as all get out. And I think everybody could use a laugh, even if you don't find it that funny. Unfortunately, and I don't care who doesn't like unfortunately, there's gay parades that go on all the time around the country, okay? I mean, I don't know how many states. I know the West Coast, okay, because I'm from the West Coast. California, Oregon, probably Washington, I don't know. But there's always some gay parade going on somewhere. Well, some guy is organizing a straight pride parade. And he wants to do it in honor and to honor all the Americans who have, all the straight Americans who have contributed so much to this country and our society. So there's going to be a straight pride parade. And I think they said it was going to be in PA. I'm not sure. I think it was. And he is planning it for August, toward the end of August. So I thought that was hilarious. Straight pride parade. We need a lot of those. We need a lot more of those. So anyway, that's it. God bless you guys. I hope you're doing well. Talk to you later.